Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Dave, and I hope you're having a great day. I'm finally getting to put out my Xenia card show video. If you've been watching any other videos lately, I'm sure you've seen a few other people who putting out videos. I think I'm the last one to officially put out a video for it. But it's a real great show. It's my normal show. Me and Rob. It's a monthly show that me and Rob usually go out there every month, and I try to make it at least 10 times, try to get it all 12, but occasionally there's something that comes up to where I have to miss it. But got a message from Rob Thursday night asking me if I was going to show. I said, yeah, I'm planning on it, and he told me that there were going to be a few other YouTubers there. They didn't tell me exactly who, but I guess he was keeping it as a surprise. But I wake up Saturday morning, head down there, start to look around. I'm looking at a certain table, looking at cards, and all of a sudden I feel a hand come up between my legs. I figure I'm being sexually assaulted. Turn around, I see Chris from Missouri there, and now I'm going to have to see if the YouTube community here has an HR department, because I feel physically assaulted by that. But I'm kidding, of course. But great to see Chris and his buddy Tom. They come up from Missouri. And then Tyler from 5 Cent Wax is there. I'm sure if you watch Rob Cash Card's video, you'll see the little assault that happened to me. I don't know what he was looking for in between my legs, but sure he probably got a little surprise, or big surprise, I should say. But then we had also coming down from Cleveland was the Cleveland crew with Warren D, Scott Reindeer Studios, and we had Brian from Hodges 1455 come down. He's close to the Columbus area, I think, but then also saw Phil Nicro fan Billy there, and it was great to hang out with everybody and see everybody. I couldn't stay as long as I want, but I'll explain that a little bit after I show my cards. So if you're not if you're just here for the cards, you don't have to listen to that. But looking around, found a table that had a big row of Barry Larkin cards, which is basically my crack. I can't avoid them. So I picked up a good stack of them. First little batch here. I'm usually pretty good with recognizing cards that I have and cards that I don't have, because I go through them all the time when I'm looking for other cards, and when I like to go on sports lots and look through cards. Do I have that one? I'm going through the cards, so I recognize them, but sometimes I get doubles. And we got this first batch is doubles. Like I said, I knew I had one version of this card, but you got that little gold circle there, that sometimes there are different variations with just a little gold circle difference. So thought I might have it, but it was worth a $1 gamble. Next, I got 3 Topps Gold Label cards, and these are hard because they all look real similar, and like they have like 3 or 4 variations for each year. So wasn't sure if I had all of these, but ended up these are all doubles. And then finally we have the Flair Showcase, which is another similar one. different variations for each year. You have class 1, class 2, class 3, or row 1, row 2, row 3, but at all those, they're $1 or $2. You just take the gamble sometimes, but here's the next batch. I got 5 playing day cards I didn't have. So got a real cool one there. I don't even know what some of these are. This one, I think this is a Topps Gallery. I didn't have that one. Any card with Barry Larkin card with a red border on it, I have to get, whether I have it or not. And we got there's a Topps 205 card. And then another real cool one, Dream Team card with him in an old retro type uniform. And then in that same box, he had some post playing days cards. These are a little easier since I only got a handful of post playing days cards. So we got a Allen and Ginter, Donruss Retro, remake his 87 rookie card. It has a different photograph on it, but and then throwback for the 1985 set. So that was a good, really enjoyed that. And then found a real rarity at the show going through a value box of graded cards. I actually found a graded Barry Larkin card. I said you don't see them very often at shows, but I was able to pick up this 1983 Topps Chrome Gold Refractor. And this one's numbered to 449, so real happy to get that. I didn't have this raw or graded, so I was real happy to get that. And then I got one final card. And it's not a Barry Larkin card, but it's a card not really on any list, but I just saw it and good price on it and looks beautiful, and I couldn't pass this up. This was 1958 Roberto Clemente. Let's look, a beautiful card. Perfect centering. I mean, Dylan would be jealous of this centering. I mean, it's only 2.5. It's got a little honest corners, and it's got a couple real tiny little wrinkles if you hold it up at the right angle. But I just fell in love with this card. Got the back there. It's absolutely beautiful. Now, that's all the cards I got to show for today, but I'm going to tell a little story because I had to leave the show early, and so if you're just here for the cards, thank you for watching, but got a little reason why I had to leave early. Past couple years, my dad's been dealing with liver cancer, and Friday, get a call from my mom. He had fallen down 3 times in the past 24 hours, and she got my sister up there. My sister's in charge of all his medical needs. She's was a nurse. She actually got a doctorate in nursing, and before she retired, she was director of nursing for a
medical institution. So she
she came up and was helping my mom, and we were able to get him into a hospital Friday afternoon and talk to the doctor and everything. They arranged to where Saturday they were going to transfer him to another facility to better handle him. So it's at the show. I was able to go there because I could do nothing going down there until I got word my dad was in the next facility, and the show was actually closer to where he was going than my house was. So uh, as soon as I got word, I could go get in my car and be there real quick. So I had to go there. He was not doing too good Saturday or Sunday. Like I said, he was having little dementia problems and everything. So it was a real rough weekend, but that Saturday we also took him off his new liver medication that he had been taking for a few months now, and by Monday he started to feel better and he was getting back his mental faculties and everything, and got word today that they expect him to be able to come home by Friday. He's still not 100. Well, he was never 100% lately, but he's been able to walk around now and with a walker, and they're gonna they're sending him home with some home hospice care. So that's great news. So I want to say thank you to everybody who's there. You gave me a little bright spot in a bad weekend. Some may say that this hobby is frivolous and spending a bunch of money on little pieces of cardboard, but it is a great escape for when things are going bad. So if you got through all of this, I thank you. And hopefully my next video will be better, happier. But like I said, we have a happy ending, and that's all I have for today. So until next time, peace.